Hey everybody, I'm here to show you how to make a card with, guess what, the Painted Harvest stamp set. You guessed it, this is my favorite from the holiday catalog. I can't use it enough, I can't do enough color combinations. Every time I pick it up it just makes me really happy. So let's get started. I'm going to take the background of the stamp, the flower, and I've heard a lot of comments on Facebook that people aren't happy with it because it doesn't stamp evenly. Well, it's not supposed to stamp evenly. It's really, really watercolor looking. It's really, really, uneven. The ink comes on unevenly, or inks unevenly. It's amazing how different it is. So I'm going to stamp it like this. Then I'm going to turn my card and stamp it again. So I'm holding my stamp the same way, I'm just turning my paper. I'll turn my card again and stamp it a third time. And the cool thing about this stamp is because it is uneven, it fills in the gaps, it makes a lot of texture, and that's what I really, really like about it. It's amazing. It's almost like magic. It makes me feel really artistic without being artistic. So I've got the 3 in Daffodil Delight. I've stamped it and rotated it 3 times. The next layer up is the detail stamp with the Cajun Craze. And I'm only going to do this once because there's a lot of detail to this and I'm fine with it just like that. You'll notice that I'm kind of aiming towards the middle, but like this one got off center by a big time. I'm okay with that. It'll fix. Okay, now I'm going to take an unusual color. I'm going to take my Night of Navy. And I haven't used Night of Navy in a long time. And I pulled it out because I wanted to use up some paper. Now look, see how that is? Let me go. Let's stamp it 3 times. Okay, 1 each right there. So you can see that it didn't really center. It doesn't look like much. It's a little textured, but it's not amazing. I'm going to stamp each one 3 times, so 2 more times on each, in the middle of each sunflower. And look at the difference, the depth. I don't like this one, there's a white spot there. The depth of the inside of the flower just changes. And that is amazing to me. Like I said, it might as well be magic. Okay, then now I'm going to take the Old Olive, and I want to really fill this card. It's kind of cool. I'm going to take let me see which one's which. I think this one's the detail one. I'm going to take the more solid one of the leaves, and I'm going to stamp. And again, it doesn't stamp solid, it's textured, it's supposed to be that way. I'm just going to kind of rotate my card just like I did when I was doing the Daffodil Delight, and keep going and just rotate it until you get all the pieces that you want. Now that's kind of pretty. I like it like that, but I wanted to fill in even the in the white areas. So let's go with Pear Pizzazz. You could do the same thing and stamp off with the Old Olive, but it's just as easy because I do have a Pear Pizzazz ink pad that this will kind of fill in the white spots without too much effort. I'm just inking and stamping. Any white spot I see, I just want to go over it with that Pear Pizzazz. And I'm layering over the top of the sunflowers. I'm being really messy. There's really not any rule to this other than I just wanted to fill white space. So let's keep rotating our card, keep going around just until you're happy with what everything looks like. And I think that's good. Look at the difference that makes between a white background and something that's filled in. I'm not super crazy about how that swirled right there, so I think I'm going to come back in. There's just kind of a weird open spot. There you go. Okay, and where those 2 stems met. So I'm going to, I just covered that up with another leaf. So you can go over it. You can do as much as, or as little as you want. Okay, we're going to take that, and I just love the depth of color and the way that there's very little white on the card. I go ahead and layer this with Night of Navy in the background. And then this is a color combination that I really hadn't thought of much. I just making a swap the other day and pulled out these colors and thought, you know, just gonna see what happens when I put these together, and I kind of really like it. This is Cajun Craze for the card base. Okay, so I've got the card. It looks really pretty like that, but I really like a saying or a sentiment on most of my cards. So what I'm going to do, in fact, I put this on upside down. I changed my mind. Let's take this off. That's the good thing about snail, is it's not really permanent right at the beginning, so you can change it if you're careful. Okay, so that's how the position of my card. Now I'm going to take my the new label punch, and I'm going to stamp the saying. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. So I'm going to ink this up, and I've taken a 1-inch piece of a scrap of cardstock, and I'm going to stamp this. Oh, I got ink everywhere. Stamp that right on that strip. Let's go ahead and get this ink pad out of the way because I've got black all over my hands anyway. All right, so I've stamped it 1 inch because I don't really want to cover up any of my pretty flowers. What I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to take this 1-inch strip and center it in this punch. Don't forget to center it left to right as well. And then pop it up, and then I've got a really little banner. Let me see if I can show you. Let me show you what the full label punch looks like. It's big. And so what I really did was I just took that middle section out. I basically cut the top and the bottom, and you can hand cut that. You can cut the whole label out and hand cut it. I can't cut a straight line to save my life, so I figured it was easier to do it like that with the punch. So I'm going to take my dimensionals and put it on the back, and then take my I'm Thankful for You, put it right there, and that way it doesn't cover up a whole lot. It's got the saying, but it doesn't hide the flowers. And then I'm going to take some of these, heck, I forget what they're called. What are they called? I've got another package right here. They're called White Perfect Accents. I'm going to take these, and normally I use my scissors to peel these off, but these are big enough. Like I use the rhinestones, or use the scissors with my rhinestones, but these are big enough that you can kind of grab them with your hands. And then I've put a bunch of those on there, 4 of them, and there's our card. Hope you liked it. If you want further instructions or any more details, please visit me at SusanLeggetts.com, and I will stamp with you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.